Oh boy. There we go. Rally, rally, rally. FOMC called it perfectly. Whew, what a day. But shitty, shitty price action for me. This is where the lower time frame traders do better for their entries than I do, even though I called the top and bottom absolutely perfectly. Let me run it down. Called 25 bottom and called a rally here to 6093 before they both traded. If you were on the live stream this morning as we were selling off, I said, guys, wait. I said, I'm waiting for 6025.5 to trade. Ended up being the low tick of the day. Perfectly nailed it. And I said, today we have a chance to rally all the way to 6093. Where'd we trade? 6103. Got to 690, 6103. We knew we'd see one more move there to 6103, and then that was it. Absolutely incredible, accurate day. It was obvious. We've been bulls all week long. Ever since Sunday, everyone's just like, oh my God, market's selling up. We've been buying and buying. Structural backfill is almost complete. And I'll explain a little bit more, but I'll run through my plan here with the team. Fantastic day. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel. Keep these videos coming. If you want to come learn or you want access to these game plans every single day and ongoing support during the day, what the order flow is doing, NQ and ES and anything else you trade, gold and oil, if you want it, links in the description. You can come and learn, right? You can learn how to develop market context for yourself, how to see the order flow and how to see reversals and just entries before they actually happen and understand the inflection levels of the market. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but if you do follow this channel, you can see how perfectly I call the market. It's just a matter of, for me, I'm very, very picky about where I put risk in the market, and it has to set up perfectly. Today, no trades. Even though I called the top and bottom perfectly, price action didn't want to give me the setup how I prefer to get in. I'm a 30-minute trader, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Today was a level that we just rallied like crazy. And when we rallied like crazy like this, we don't get pullbacks. And I preferred levels to close over my levels and pull back and fill me. Nothing would pull back and fill me. And I'll kind of walk you guys on the way up on how I instructed the team if they were taking smaller time frame entries on how to play it. Perfect. So coming into this morning, we were still very, very bullish. We opened today over our, just chill out here. We opened this morning over our 6054 level and we proceeded to lose it right away. If you were on the live stream on YouTube this morning, you can hear me say, go back and watch it. Guys, and I'm talking to the guys in the room, I said, guys, I'm waiting for 6025.5 to trade. I'm letting it sell, I'm letting it sell. And proof is in the pudding. So what I say at 8:30, this is at the close of balance. I said, wild session, called it perfectly. When we sold at the open, I said, best case for me is to look into 25.5 and see a buyer step in here. What happened? We touched 25.50 and took off 50 points. Unrelenting buying. Absolutely. Incredible accuracy. Yep. Said it before the level even traded. Okay. Now, also, this did not set up nicely at touch and go. So I don't, when it trades into my level, I have to let the level trade and it has to close a session above or below it. And then I can take my entry. It has to show me the support. Even though I'm reading the order flow and it's very clear to me, I have to let the session trade and then take the retest. Today wasn't happening. Now check this out. Now, this did not set up nicely. No, it did not. V-bounce, touch and go, patience. A few scenarios. This is what I said when we're trading way up there. Look at this call. A pullback to 64.5. This is a level that hadn't even traded yet. Okay. A pullback to 64.5. Find a bid. Do not accept below it, and it opens up a chance to trade to 6093. How good of a call was that? Nobody else can do this as good as me. I swear to God. Sometimes I look at these plants and go, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Which has been my plan since 605. 6015 to me, as long as we held that level overall, we would trade 6093. Today we got it. Well, everyone was panicking selling. Or 74 sells, and we get a proper 30-minute session touch into 54.75. So I was waiting for 54.75 to come back and fill me for the long. But what happened? The bid stepped in where? 64 and a half. Now, I knew that level would provide support before it even traded because the order flow said it would. Okay. But I was still hopeful that we would tag 54 and then V bounce. And the way that 64 traded, I could not long it because it was a 25, 30-point sell session into the level. And I can't buy that. Even though it closed a couple points above it, I can't buy that next session. That's not good. It's not good practice. Whereas if you break it down, you look at like a 5 or a 10-minute chart, you can see multiple tests closing green above and below. And that's where sometimes I get frustrated because as a 30-minute trader, these days aren't kind to me. And that's okay because 95% of the days are just fine. Sorry, I know I'm rambling here, but I want you to understand not everything is perfect all the time. My trade plan and the context and the levels, everything was perfect. Called low a day, called high a day. But the way that the price action set up was not clean for me. That's a smaller time frame trader day. Right? Be patient. Also, a huge level is to watch our 406.25 rest retest on NQ. So this is what happened. I knew the market was going to go once. Also, NQ showed me it was going to be able to clear and bid 406.25. That's not a new level to anybody who's been watching this channel. Been trading it for a couple months. It's extremely accurate. It's a highly inflective level. Opens up 562.5 to the upside. Right? What did today do? Right? It's just a shame that it didn't set up clean, but that's okay. It's just a day. I get frustrated on these days, but it's all good. It's just a day, man. But what I can take away from this is that I called it perfectly, right? And what I say here, pull them back into 64 now. We'll watch what we do here. Let's get in the charts. You're like, shut up, Sean. Fucking show me the charts. Okay, so here we go. Let me make my face smaller here. I'll pull this down here, but I just want to talk my way. So as we were selling down, we lost the open right away and we sold down. There was no bid. We traded my 25.5 right away and we closed above my other level. If you remember correctly, I was looking for here. I had a level, a very important level right here at about 35. It's right here. I took it off the chart because once it's gone, it ain't come back. So once this closed, I realized I'm not getting a fill hit 25 and a quarter. So I put my limit out here. We just opened. Normally we pull back, touch and go. Not the fucking case. We rip this candle, insane buying, and we close all the way up at our 74.25 level. At this case, I'm waiting for a pullback here now to 6054. I'm like, I should be able to get a fill here into 6054. But if we can't trade 54, I'm expecting 64 and a half to trade, right? This is what I said right here, right? I said it before we even pulled back, right? Before we even pulled back, right? Looking for this, possibly, if we can't trade. So I sent it at the close of this. At this point, we hadn't even pulled back into 64 and a half. How did I know? Because the order flow says so. Something happened. Something happened. Okay. So we look above, we tried to break out of balance and we immediately sold down. So when this candle closes, yes, it closes above 64 and a half, but I can't buy this candle. I can't buy this close because we could have opened right here and just run and sold all the way down. But we open, we pull back, we bid, and we immediately rip. So once I get this closed, we're now above 74.25. I'm like, well, fuck. Do I buy 74.25 and look for continuation up to 93? That was the only logical thing because after this closes, normally my limit would go at here, but I can tell we're not going to pull back. I'm like, okay, well, we just close over. I don't get a retest of 54. I missed the trade at 64 because it doesn't set up properly. If I try to get 75, let me close this here. If I try to get a fill at 75, my 74.25 level, I'll get no fill. And then we keep going up. And this was the best trade of the day, was up here. So where do we go? We go perfectly to my 93. We get up there and everything's beautiful. Now we had another level here and I knew the bid was right on it, but I can't long this level because of where it is. And these are just my rules. And you guys might be like, well, that's a stupid rule. You just long support, short resistance. I don't play like that. It has to set up perfectly for me. And there's certain areas I will long, and there's certain areas I will not long. There's certain areas I will short. And this is all based off the understanding of how fractal markets work. Does it bite me in the ass sometimes? Absolutely. I miss trades all the time. But it doesn't bother me because in the long term, I'm super successful. Right here. So we had a level here at 84.5. So once we get this close, I see they moved the bid up in the auction. We pull back here and the level holds. The bid refreshes, goes up to my 93, can't get the close. We look above, we find offers. This would have been a good short opportunity, but I didn't take it because I knew this market was most likely going to grind higher. Normally I was short here and ended up working. So I got only myself to blame as well, but I do not like shorting these days, right? Context wise, even though this short presented itself exactly where I thought it would present itself at 93.25, I can't short it because of today's context, right? I got to be disciplined every friggin' day. So when we come down here, this is a good solid entry for me, but the trade location of where it sits today, if this makes sense, sucks. Now, someone who's just trading a chart just looks at this and goes, well, this is support. But fractally where it is, I have rules that I can't long here, right? And it ends up working perfectly and goes up to the target of 6103. Because if we bid here, overall, this could push to 6103 and it does exactly what I thought it would. But because of my rules, I can't engage. And sometimes these days drive me nuts, but it keeps me safe, man. It's just a day. And I was talking about it with my team just now in the market recap. Like I get super frustrated because I called the low a day and the high a day, but I couldn't get fills. And by the time I could have gotten filled right here, I don't like where it's sitting. Right. But I knew that it could continue to go up to 6103. That's exactly what happened, right? So this is the best entry of the day for me. Good close, shows the level of support, comes back, take my trade, right? It takes an hour and a half to come back, but when it comes back, it's Gucci. Look at the move, 20 points, unrelenting. I only got myself to blame. So, but those are my rules and I stick to them and I don't break my rules ever. That's what keeps me safe. So, an insane amount of discipline today to just watch every 30-minute session say, nope, 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 nope. And some people may think that's stupid, but I can tell you something. I don't blow up. I don't have huge red days. My losses are 1R, and I will only put risk on in the market when everything meets my requirements. Right? That's it. I don't take random ass trades. I don't take chart pattern trades. I don't deviate from what works. So I can say, yes, frustrating day. Yes, I called the top and bottom perfectly. Yes, when the trade presented itself to actually get filled on the long, I said no because of rules, and I'm okay with that. Right? Am I a little bit upset about it? Obviously. Sucks. Sucks. But I'm smiling. I'm here. I'm flat. I didn't lose any money. It doesn't matter. Right? Tomorrow's a new day. We'll see it FOMC, which should be pretty fun. So usually for me, guys, on Fed days, I trade the open session and then I just see you later. Come back after the carnage, right? If you want to trade 2 p.m., 2:30, go ahead. I watch it, but I tell everybody on my team don't touch it. If you want to be a structured trader and a good trader and a trader that has a lot of rules and is restricted, that's a profitable trade, right? As a trader, you got to be handcuffed. You got to learn to say no to a trade. You got to say no. You got to say no. You got to say no 90% of the time and only engage in the market when everything absolutely lines up perfectly. And for me, sometimes maybe I'll get 10 trades in a month, right? I'm okay with that, right? Because those 10 times that on the ES that I get my entry, it's going to work 10, 15, 20 points. So I wait, right? I'm happy to wait. I'm happy to sit out. I'm good. This is my therapy right now. So I don't need to trade every day, even though I can call the top and bottom of the day perfectly. If it doesn't if it doesn't meet my requirements for entry, I can't get in. So that was my day. We'll see what happens here on tomorrow. I mean, I'll have a plan for the bounce session, but then after that, it's like you're just a fucking cowboy, in my opinion. So if anyone does trade FOMC that watches this channel, good luck. Hope you don't blow up. Don't try to be a hero. Always live to see the next day, and don't get into any trouble. I'm telling you, it could get bad for you. So, anyways, that was my day. Flat on the day. I'm cool with being flat. A little bit frustrated not getting the fills that I want, even though, you know, nailing it as far as like context is just some days, man, doesn't want to fill you. But these days are anomalies. They're not normal days. This shall pass, and we'll get back into normal trade and action after tomorrow. So I'll see you guys after Fed tomorrow. Don't get wrecked. That's all I'm going to say. All right. I'm out of here. See you later.